I normally have massive issues at street circuits like this one, so let's see how I get on at the new Tokyo Expressway South route. Hey guys, and welcome along to another video. If this is your first time here and you like watching all sorts of sim racing related stuff, subscribe now and click the bell icon so you get notified of every video I upload and you don't miss a thing. Today's video is the next video in our quest to be the best series. This series follows my journey of trying to book my ticket at the 2019 Gran Turismo World Tour. So make sure you stay tuned to the very end of the video to see how we get on and whether we move any closer to our goal. So, intro over, let's get into it. So we are in Daily Race C. We're at the new Tokyo Expressway South Route track that arrived with the GT Sport update 1.31. I know I'm a little bit late to the party, but I've had other things like iRacing and Assetto Corsa Competizione to be getting on with and setting up, but we're back on GT Sport today. And as I say, we've got 8 laps around here, the newest track, and we've qualified in 7th place. Now, as the majority of you will know, I'm not a great fan of street circuits, but this one, I've only done about 10 laps in qualifying, hence my grid position, but this one I am enjoying quite a lot. I'm liking the long straights that come off the back of tight corners. We've got long sweeping corners as well. So, this is a pretty good track to be honest, and probably one of my favourite on initial thoughts fictional ones on the game so far. Good job Polyphony, another fantastic update with plenty of new content including this track, 7 new cars, some GT League stuff, scapes and scenes, and all for absolutely nothing. So well done Kaz and his team over there, another top draw bundle of content for us all to enjoy. But getting back to the race itself, we've managed to generally stay out of trouble so far. We did see the CNF guy go straight on at the first tight corner on the track, turn number 2, and looking up ahead you can see how devastating those barriers can be. The German up in front there, visual crazy, has hit the barrier and got himself a 4.7 second penalty, which is going to be devastating to his race around a track like this, or around any track to be quite honest with you. So staying out of the barriers and avoiding any massive hits as he does it again is going to be top of our agenda in this one. So other than staying out of the walls and trying to avoid getting any penalties, our general strategy is going to be to try and save as much fuel as possible. Now it's going to be difficult as we're just probably outside the slipstream at this point, but if you get in the slipstream of the guys in front, you really can save lots of fuel down these big long straights, so you can save as much time as possible in the pits, which is going to help you during the second phase of this race. So as we come into a really quite tight right-hander, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 curves in it, 5 curves in it really, if you count that final last apex. We are managing to catch up with the guys in 3rd and 4th. As you can see on the mini-map, the first 2 are scampering off into the distance, so I'm not too worried about them at this point. But these guys up in front are battling, and we are able to reel them in. In the background as well, you're going to see the Mustang who made the mistake earlier. Well, the 2 mistakes to be honest. He was in the wall twice. He's going to go and make a move up the inside of us. If he does, I'm just going to let him go. Here he goes. We can keep an eye on him here on the radar. He's going to come down the inside of us into this really even tighter right hand hairpin, and we're just going to slot in behind him and try and save as much fuel as possible. You can see me there short shifting all the way up to 6th, and I'm going to try and keep in as high a gear as possible while staying within that 1 second window to get the benefits of his slipstream. So I'm going to do such a good job of following him. I'm going to follow him straight into the wall, but as long as he keeps up, 'em, with the guys in 3rd and 4th, we're just going to sit behind him, and try and save as much fuel as possible. Now it's going to be difficult as we're just and try and save as much fuel as possible, and hopefully come pit stop time we'll be able to jump them and then be in a much better position for the second half of this race. So jumping slightly further forward here, about a lap to lap number 4, this is going to be our in lap. We've lost a bit of ground to the guys in front, but it won't be too much of a problem, I don't think, at this point. What is going to be more of a problem, as the German there in the Mustang gets rid of his penalty, is that I have no idea where the pits are. So at the last moment I realised where everyone's going, which is left about 3/4 of the way around this track as well. So it was lucky I overfilled slightly to get myself round, but we've come back out. We haven't made too much ground on the guys in front. We're down to 8th, but that's fine because some people haven't pitted yet at this point, so we're still in decent shape. We just got to concentrate on getting our head down, staying out of the wall, and let's see if we can make inroads into the guys up in front. As you can see, somebody else has got a penalty. It's important for us to stay out of the wall so we don't get any, and hopefully we can put some pressure on others so that they get some themselves. Rejoining the action later on in the lap here, you can see the leader has now come in, Happy Meal, so he'll be back into the fold as well, and I'm hoping that we're going to get our 6th place back, as 2 others are going to be pitting. There you go. So there are the 2, as we get a bit twitchy coming out of the hairpin there, who are coming into the pits. So everything is shaken out now. No more pit stops to be made. It's a straight run to the finish, and we've got our eyes on the 5th place up in front. We are now on lap number 7, and as you can see we've closed right up to Omich F, the fellow Brit, in 5th, and him himself is just behind the Mustang in 4th, and then finally we've got Happy Meal up in 3rd. So we've got all 3 of them up in front of us here. I have been slightly concerned with my fuel levels, so I have been early shifting and sitting behind this guy now that we have managed to get in his slipstream, but it looks like we're going to get a run on him all the way down into the hairpin. Now that I'm comfortable with my fuel level, I'm just going to get out of the throttle so that my momentum gets me alongside just at the right time and the brake is over. He's going to go to block me off, so that's absolutely fine. The other 2 with just over a lap left are probably going to be too far away. He does a good job of keeping it parked on the apex so that there wasn't much that I could do. For some reason I get an SR drop, but hey, these things are just the norm these days. So I'm thinking, alright mate, that's fine, no worries bro, I'm just going to stay within 3.2 seconds of you. I'm not going to make any more moves on you as he bounces off the wall again, because he's going to have to scrub that off at some point. And when he does, we'll be there waiting to take the position. So we're going to stay on board here as we come through into the final lap. We've got no issues with the people behind us, they're about 5 seconds behind. So as long as we keep this thing out of the wall, we should be just fine. As a precaution, you'll see that I've put the fuel map all the way up to 6, and I'm shifting early. So whilst I'm stuck in that slipstream, getting sucked along quite nicely, I would recommend that you guys flick it all the way up to fuel mix 6 to save as much fuel as possible behind the guy who is lead blocking for you and punching a hole through the air. So we've got past that hairpin there, the first of 2 big hairpins on this circuit which lead to long straights, which means there's really good opportunities to overtake. There's also lots and lots of opportunities to get it wrong. Now I think this track's got a really good mix of overtaking opportunities whilst having that tight street circuit feel. It's a really good balance. It's got the flowingness of a track like Spa, yet it's got the tight, twisty bits of a Monaco with unforgiving walls and Armco. So all in all, I think it's a really good effort, as I've said before. another great bit of content. I mean, I don't know what's coming in terms of real tracks. I know a few people have speculated on it. I personally am not going to speculate myself. I'm just going to wait and see what comes. But either way, as I've said multiple times before, the amount of value that I've got out of a 50 quid game that I bought almost a year ago now, actually over a year ago, is quite incredible. So for the final time the Brit hits the wall, he gets more of a penalty, and then we come up the inside to take 5th place. So as we cross the line there, let's have a look at our driver rating, which has taken a hit over recent weeks, but I'm hoping this will be the start of us going back up. But for now, that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.